The good thing about this program is that you just don't sit in a classroom for 3 hours.
A really cool aspect of this program, I think, is to actually get hands-on experience in the city.
You learn about different cultures, you learn about yourself just being out in the city.
Through this program, I've gotten to know a lot of really different people coming from really different backgrounds.
It's a different educational model than what you'd see in a typical university setting.
It's a great opportunity to take.
This property right now is built to order for the Washington Community Scholar Center program. There are 9 bedrooms altogether. There are 3 single rooms, the rest of them are doubles. We try to emphasize communal spaces.
It's in the Brookland community near Catholic University. That's in Northeast DC. We chose this location. We were looking for a location close to the subway system.
The thing I really like about the location is it's really close to the metro, the Red Line Metro, which is very convenient for most of our internships.
Our old location was on an avenue with major traffic. We were looking for something a little more friendly and where students would maybe want to get out and walk around the neighborhood.
Group life is one of the key components of the Washington Community Scholar Center experience.
Studying at EMU, I lived off campus, so this is my first experience in group living.
It becomes a really in-depth learning experience about getting along with others and taking responsibility and sharing responsibility.
Students are expected to, recreate the peaceable kingdom. It's expected to live well together, and we try to help that process along. Students share meals.
Usually students cook in pairs or a group of 3, and you learn from other students.
One of the great things we did as a community, as a house, was eat dinner. And that was a great time for everybody to come together. Everybody coming from work or classes come together, and we could just sit down at the dinner table, eat, discuss our days. It's a group of 15 individuals, and everybody has their own way of doing things. But we tried our best to come together as a group and did a few group building activities, so to speak.
We also go out to eat occasionally for people's birthdays or different events. We decide as a house what events to go to.
For a lot of students, group life tends to kind of overtake them in ways that they weren't expecting.
Seminar was one of my greatest experiences in the WCSC program.
Seminar counts for the writing intensive credit. It does count for senior seminar. Different majors at EMU also will count this class, so it depends on your major, but we work very closely with the student and with the registrar and their academic advisor. Sometimes they can knock off quite a few requirements.
So we meet every Wednesday for a 3-hour session, and that includes 2 different classes, but it's kind of blended into one.
Doug is an anthropologist, I'm an historian, and so the curriculum is based mostly in the social sciences and humanities. We do not have tests in seminar, but we do have a lot of hands-on type of work as well. We try to get students into a lot of different neighborhoods. We are hardly ever in the classroom. We try to get out into the neighborhoods. We have walking tours and guest speakers.
Many times we actually have our seminar out in the city.
One time we went to the Lincoln Memorial, and after that we took a tour around the Vietnam War Memorial site. That was a really great experience. I mean, you've been there before, but when you have Kim explaining exactly what all these things stood for and trying to get us educated in what all this is about. It's great to have a tour guide, so to speak.
It's really important to me that students experience the many layers of DC cultural activities.
Through our seminar class, we've gotten to see 3 different plays.
Students learn, I think they learn a lot. They get perspectives from the arts that you can't get by just reading a book.
It's a wide variety of things that we do for seminar.
One of the things that we do just about every semester is take students on an Anacostia watershed canoe trip and talk about environmental discrimination in the communities that surround the Anacostia.
It was a good experience, first for the canoeing for one, which I really liked, and then at the same time we were learning about the history of the river, and it was a great overall experience.
So it's really hands-on, experiential learning, urban studies curriculum with this overlay of Mennonite kind of approach to justice and peace building.
There's a lot of things that we got to do that we probably never would have been able to do if we would have been in Harrisonburg.
One of the things that we offer here, in addition to our seminar and the internship, is the opportunity to take up to 6 hours of credit at a local university.
They're able to take classes at Catholic University or Howard University and also a few other places.
Typically, a student will take classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays and do their internship on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
I attended classes at Howard University.
I really enjoyed my class at Catholic. I took one course there called the Protestant Experience, and that was to fulfill my Bible and Religion minor.
So they can take up to 6 credits. Doug works very closely with students to select the university. We shepherd them through the application process. We help students select courses. There's a lot of academic advising that goes on.
Well, let's see. What exactly? I need to figure out the problem better. Could you tell me if you get any error messages or anything like that? The internship program was really great. This was one of the reasons I actually applied to the WCSC program. It was to get an internship in my field. Take a few minutes, so you can just step back and now just control your computer.
There are so many internship opportunities available here.
I intern at the Faith and Politics Institute.
I'm interning at Empower Greater DC Region.
I intern at Mary Center for Maternal and Child Care.
Internships are chosen on the basis of the student's interest. Whatever the major is at EMU, we can find a good internship for students here.
Once a student is accepted into the program, either Doug or I will be in contact with them, and we ask them all kinds of questions about what kind of internship they want.
Doug set up an interview with me, and I came in and I was impressed.
So it's very important for us that student needs, student career goals, not only career goals, but kind of personal growth goals also sometimes figure into this. How can we match that student up with an internship site?
I work as Isabel's supervisor, and we maintain, if we don't talk every day, then it's at least every other day. We talk about what she's doing in the classroom, what's going well, what's not going well, relate her job to her learning goals, and try to figure out how she can best meet those goals.
I always ask my interns, what is it that they expect to take away from the Faith and Politics Institute? There are opportunities for interns here that comes to the Faith and Politics Institute to expand their horizon and to stay connected if they want to.
We will very carefully match students with the internship. We do not try to slot students into already existing internships.
Every semester we maybe a quarter of our internships are entirely new placements which we've done to specifically match what the student was interested in.
When I initially heard that we were going to have an intern on staff, I thought it was important to make sure that we had a really challenging program and that he actually got to do some of the real work that we do.
I took marketing and press phone calls. Every once in a while I had to run to the Capitol or the Senate office buildings just to either bring things to representatives or senators that we work with that we have good relations with.
Mary Center has a lot of programs, and I work with the Even Start program, which is a family literacy program, and I work with the preschoolers specifically.
Isabel has been a very valuable addition to our school. It's been really wonderful having her here. The kids made a close connection with her as well as the parents, and they seek her out when they come to school.
I do like children, so that's why I decided to see if I could work with them, and I really enjoyed it. I'm a social work major, but even further down the road with this experience, I could probably get a master's in education, so I had a great experience at Mary Center.
We have many internships which we have a really good relationship with the internship organization, and we repeat those internships and place students there year after year.
I really appreciate both Doug and Kim for matching these interns up with organizations that fit their skill set.
Internship organizations are very thrilled with our interns. We can compete with anybody.
If other organizations were considering hiring an intern or bringing an intern onto their staff, certainly I would recommend looking at the WCSC first.
I think one of the reasons that we have such a good reputation is that we work so closely with our students, and we also provide housing and food and everything else, so students don't have to really worry about kind of the day-to-day survival stuff.
We really didn't have to worry about Francis as far as where he was staying and whether he had transportation to get here and that sort of thing.
Over half of our students this past semester were offered jobs through their internships.
I just accepted a full-time position with Faith and Politics Institute as a new executive assistant.
I worked here for 4 months as an intern, and I apparently did a great job and was offered a job as an associate technology consultant.
I would highly recommend to any other nonprofit or agency in the area that if they could be a counterpart agency working with this Scholars Program, I would advise it because it's been really good for us.
There's a lot to learn here. There's a lot to experience culturally. It's got a great arts and theater scene, and there's just many different kinds of job opportunities.
As an intern, I think Washington, D.C. is a great place to come just because of the proximity to government, cultural institutions, as well as many problems that come along with being a dense urban place.
I would definitely recommend this program to anyone.